Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hey, what's going on, peoples? What is going on? Let me see if I can fix my camera. 1 second. I don't know why we have to go through this every time. 1 second, y'all. Hope all is well with everybody. All right, let's see if that fixes it. I should be full screen now. Yep. What's going on, cousins? Let us get our other cousins in the chat. I want to earn the rights to your time, so I'm not going to hold you that long. I'm going to be here, okay, because this is a explainer banger. And we got to walk this one out right here, okay, so that it all come together. But first, welcome, whether you are viewing on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. I welcome all of my friends, all of my followers, subscribers, kinfolks, and cousins. Welcome, okay? I hope all is well with you spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. There is a lot of things going on, and they're happening simultaneously, and I just want you to know that somebody cares, okay? You're not by yourself, and if you need somebody to stand with you, lean on, war with you, then I'm the woman for the job, okay? So I'll say that first, and then next, I will say, if you don't mind sharing this broadcast, that would just be amazing, okay? The algorithm, the people that control the platforms don't like people like myself, and I'm cool with that, okay? As long as I can get on here and reach the people that I'm intended to reach, then I'm cool with that. And that's how I rock and that's how I roll. But I will not be able to reach those people if you don't share, okay? When I come by here and share my time with you, I'm sharing. When I come by here and share information with you, I'm sharing. When I come by here and share opportunities with you, I'm sharing. Okay. I'm in a realm where I'm giving and not stealing. When you come and steal somebody's time, or you come and waste somebody's time, or if you come with an intention, that's not just me, that's anything in life. If you come, looking to receive without looking to give in some capacity, that makes you a thief. And if you can just simply share, it doesn't cost anything, it doesn't take up any of your time, that will be great. That is the admission fee for being over here. Help me beat the algorithm, which is the machine that we're all up against, and help me reach the people that I'm supposed to reach. With that being said, I'm just going to get straight into it, okay? I'm going to recap from the last live, which will lead us into what it is that I am here to show you on this live, okay? So first and foremost, let me close out some of these tabs so that I can just go right to where I need to go to when I need to go to it. So I'm going to recap just really quickly, maybe 5 minutes to cover everything prayerfully, okay? But I did show you guys about Donald Trump tweeting out and had the whole entire world in a frenzy from him saying this. But this is not something that he just started saying. This man has been saying this at least for the last 6 months. When he passed that bill, the Genius Act and the Big Beautiful Bill, he started saying it way back then. And I believe that was like in June 2025. We are resetting the systems. We are resetting. This is a new world order. They started using that type of terminology. Okay. So yesterday he comes out and says, this is the powerfulest reset in the world. So he pretty much came out and just let everybody know what we're doing is we're resetting systems and structures. And people just kind of melted down from that, okay? But JD Vance did a interview with Megyn Kelly. If you know who that is, then Megyn Kelly. If you don't, then her name's Megyn Kelly, which is a big podcaster in the political space that delivers, news and updates and all this stuff. So he sat down with Megyn Kelly and had an interview where she asked him a question about what's going on with all this international stuff. And he told her that Donald Trump was resetting a lot of systems to create a new world order for how we trade, a new world order for how we do foreign policy, that we are in a new world order, okay? Whether this is of any importance to you, I don't know, but I am a watchman messenger, so I just got to give it to you real raw and uncut. And we're going to go back to the beginning, how all of this even came about, so that people have an understanding of what is happening, that this was told a long time ago that it would happen, and what we're seeing has already been written, just like what we ought to be doing has already been written as well. Okay. I'm going to go over a couple of opportunities and then I'm going to hop off your timeline. That's just how this stream is going to go. And I also share with you guys that I'm not going to go pull up any of those receipts. If you would like to see those receipts, I've been sharing them on my lives for the last 2-3 weeks. Hey, I'll just say, forever since I've been here, I always come with receipts, but specifically pertaining to what I'm talking about, this reset, why all of this is happening. Okay. Why they have accelerated a lot of things and why they are moving as fast as they are, why they are moving as blatant as they are, why they don't care if we know now or not. Okay. A lot of things that they needed to have in place has already been put in place. Okay. 2030, the world as we know it will be definitely different. And I just want to stress the importance of how dangerous that is, being that we are in 2026. And we like 4 months in 2026, meaning we only got 8 months left of 2026. And then 2030 is only 3 years away from that. That's not a lot of time. We would never be able to accomplish what we really needed to do in 3 years. We've had a long time, and this start actually ramping itself up during, 2020. That's what I'll say. And that was really when the reset, began in 2020. And a lot of people missed it because they were so focused on, hey, I don't have to go to work right now. And, I'm getting all this money from the government. They really didn't do, anything sort of that would prepare them longevity wise. They were buying cars. I seen a lot of my cousins on the news getting locked up for buying Lamborghinis and, stuff that they probably always wanted, never had, but, used fraudulent paperwork to obtain it. And so now they're in prison. I actually know a good, I'm not going to say friend, that I don't use that word loosely, but an associate that we have been friends on Facebook for a very long time is in prison right now, federal prison, doing federal prison time. behind those PPP loans. She actually wrote a book before she went to prison to let people know, like, the price tag behind that, the penalty, how her and I believe one of her family members got caught up in that, and they still cracking down on that. Nevertheless, that was like a great reset happening. There was the changing of guards happening. People that had never seen that type of money was able to see that type of money. Okay. And then that's when a lot of blueprints were put into place. Like things went from brick and mortar to click and order. A lot of moms and pop shops, a lot of old school Rite Aids and all these big corporations went out of business. But on the online space, everything went up in business. I mean, like they became billionaires and trillionaires overnight, literally. Netflix right now, and I will pull it up just so you can see along with me. And if you haven't shared, please do your due diligence, pay your tithes, and digital evangelize by hitting that share and sharing with somebody, please. And thank you. Netflix, let's count their pockets, okay? Okay, this is one of the ones who became a trillionaire. Okay, let me go ahead and let y'all see this live and in person. All right. Netflix was one of the people who became trillionaires, like literally overnight. And let me explain something to you real quick. Netflix does not own any movies. They don't produce any movies. Okay? They have not written any movies. They have not directed any movies. They created an app. That's it. They created an app, and HBO and Stars and other, like movies that come out in the theaters, and everybody can now opt in to pay a subscription to be able to stream their movies on this platform. So now you have one side of people investing into this platform, this app, to be able to stream their movies. And then on the other side, Netflix charges us, the consumers, to be able to watch the movies. They charge us a subscription. So they eat in two ways. Now that they did introduce all this other streaming stuff, live stream and all that, they're eating multiple ways from one idea, one app, an app that will allow, movie producers and big production companies, distributors to be able to put all their movies on my platform. And then I'm going to charge the consumer or the people, who want to watch the movies a subscription so that they watch the movie. So let's just count their pockets on consumers only. People like you and I that have a subscription with Netflix. As of 2025, no, this is 2026. Okay. They have more than, it's not even 325 million. They have more than that. Okay. We won't know exactly how much until Q4 when all of their earnings and all of that stuff comes out. But that right now they have over 325 million. Okay. So now we know they have 325 million. Let's go ahead and pull up this calculator. Let's count their pockets every month, how much money they are actually making. Oops. So they have 325. Okay, they have 325 million. We're going to times that times 25 $24.99. That ain't even including the little $2 or $3 surcharge. Okay, but $24.99. They make every single month 812,175,000. No, excuse me. They make 8,121,750,000 every single month. They make $8 billion every single month just on consumerism. Just on consumerism. I wonder if they will actually give me Netflix, Netflix. I want to say maybe investors. Let me see if it'll pull up. I don't know what their name is. Vanguard and BlackRock own pretty much just about anything. This is disgusting. But I forgot what the name are. Maybe it's called contributors. Let me see. Maybe it's called contributors. Let's see. From the contributors. Netflix does not operate on a traditional box office model. Instead, it generates revenue primarily through monthly subscriptions, and increasingly it adds supporting tier. Consequently, money made by contributors varies significantly based on type of production, whether it's original Netflix production or independent film licensing. Okay, so they ain't gonna give us that stat. Okay, they're not gonna give us that stat, but they charge because they have to pay every movie contributor on their platform. So they're not going to give us that stat. But I wanted you to see they not only get money, $8 billion every month. Can you imagine every month for an app that they created? $8 billion every single month. This is one of the companies who got overnight rich. If you add 8 billion times 12, now we're talking about they're way over into the trillions every single year. They became trillionaires. Okay. So a lot of the wealth was hijacked. A lot of the wealth was stolen. Period, point blank. Okay. I'm going to say this. The government wants us dependent upon their system. Because if we are dependent upon their system, that equals control. They can only control what belongs to them, what is a part of them. So they seek control. That's why you see the background says the world system versus the kingdom solution. Whether you a believer or not, you need to hear this truth. Okay? Whether you are a believer or not, you need to hear this truth. And this is stuff that they didn't teach us in school. This is the stuff they don't teach us in church. This is the stuff they don't teach us in college, at the workplace, in the home. This is the stuff that we don't learn. And if we don't know what to do, we can never do it. And that is why it is very important for me to share it, because you need to know, okay, which way that you're going to make your move. You need to know which way you're going to go. And then you need to know what is the consequences of whichever way you decide to go. Okay. The world system, all they do is pull on you, drain you. Okay. Phone calls, debt collectors, bills. I mean, every time you turn around, taxes. They want you dependent upon their system. Why? Because they get to control you. They get to control how much money you get to make. They get to control how much time you get to take off, how much time you got to work. They get to control where you live. They get to control how much money you be able to be funded, if you'll be able to be funded at all. They control everything, the world system. Okay? You have no ownership. You're desperate. So you're working for money. And even though you're working for money, you're still just surviving. That's it. You're still just surviving even though you're working for money, and that is terrible. Okay? The churches, they told you how to pray, but they never told you how to produce at all. Money does not respond to need. Broke people need money. Okay? And they need money every day. Why? Because you got a bill every day. You got an expense every day. This is the world system. It keeps you broke. It keeps you surviving. Okay? You're barely making it, and now you have prices that are way beyond normalcy. So you're just surviving. You're barely making it. You're barely getting by. You're struggling. Okay? And so every single day you will need money. But money does not move because you need it. Money moves where there is productivity, where there is value. Okay? And you, my brothers and sisters, were created to solve problems. The reason why I'm going this way is so you understand what your position is right now, and why this is not the time to sleep on it, why this is not the time to stay stagnant, why this is not the time to do nothing. You are being used. You are still here for a reason and a purpose and a season, however long that is, 40 years, 50 years, 5 years, nobody knows. But you were here, and you're here on purpose. You were put here to produce. You were put here to solve problems. And I'm about to help you solve a problem that this world system creates for we, the people, when we are trapped inside of their system. We're just surviving. How many years would you literally have to work before you can get yourself to a better position? There's no end in sight. There's no end in sight. They want you to work till you 55, 60. By that time, you are depleted. Your bones, your strength, your vigor, your vitality is gone. You need medication to help you feel good, to help you walk, to help your bones feel better, to get out of bed, to go to sleep. Okay, so the devaluing of your lifespan from this world system, you lose time that you can't ever get back. You lose money, okay, that was put inside of you already to produce. You lose that ability to do so, okay? You lose out on seeing the things and doing the things that God has called you to do. And that is why we need to do something. There's a lot of people. There's 3 things that's getting ready to happen. You're going to either decide to build, you're going to have to mess around and bow down, or you're going to die. There's only 3 things that you can be able to do. And right now, we do not have time to do it by ourselves. If you think you're going to survive what is coming by yourself, I'm sorry to inform you, okay? But today, you hear the sound of my voice, and you will not be able to say, I never heard that, I didn't know, okay? The seed is sown. However way you choose to take it, let it grow, water it, it doesn't matter. There will only be 3 options. You will either build something like God calls you to do. You would either bow down because you were too lazy, you didn't believe, you were too afraid, so you have no other choice but to bow down to this system, or you will die. All of this is written. How people will starve to death in the last days. I know people don't like to hear that type of stuff, And then they go into this mode. Well, I don't even believe that. Whether you believe or not, it's real. Bottom line, whether you believe it or not, it's real. Whether you believe it or not, it's happening right before your eyes. It ain't no longer people saying, hey, that we're in the end times. No, people ain't got to say that, because the signs of the times are everywhere. Literally. So I got some things I want to share, and we're going to understand, first of all, what's the problem? All right. Let me go here first, make sure I got. Hold on, y'all. I think these are out of order. Hold on. I think I'm going the wrong way. Hold on. I think I'm going the wrong way. Let me see. Okay, cool. I think I found out the order. So I'm going to start off by saying this first. The reason why a lot of us struggle, and the reason why a lot of us are in poverty, okay, try to give y'all a little visualization of what it is that I'm about to say, so you can see it while I'm saying it, okay? A lot of times we have been taught, like I just said, to pray without producing, okay? We have been taught to work hard for whatever it is that we want in life. You just got to work hard. And we've been working hard, but we're still just struggling. We're still surviving. So something is wrong with the system. We pray, we put the work in, we go to work, we show up, we get a paycheck, and we still not making it. And the reason is because some of you don't have a lazy problem. Some people do. But for the most part, we'll just say it's not a lazy problem. You don't even have a lack of money problem. You have a lack of management problem. When God created the earth, he told us to do 5 things. Be fruitful. How could you be fruitful if there's no seed inside of you? How could only a seed bearing fruit could reproduce its own kind? So if God spoke to you and said, be fruitful, then that must mean there's seed inside of you. Okay? Your prayers are only answered, are only regulated by your capacity to manage. If God say be fruitful, and then take that fruit and multiply it, and then after you multiply the fruit, replenish it, make more than enough, okay? Then subdue. Once you have made more than enough, then you subduing, okay? And after you subdue, you dominate. And this is the number one reason, because there are 2 systems. And God said you can either serve me and my kingdom system, or mammon and its worldly system. But you can't serve both. You can't serve God and mammon. And I tell people this all the time. If you say, I'm going to work so that I can make money, you are working for mammon. You are not supposed to work for money. You're supposed to have money work for you by producing. by producing. So your answered prayer is only regulated by your capacity to manage. You can never pray beyond your management. I'll give you a perfect example. You praying to God to be a millionaire, but he cannot trust you to invest $40 in yourself. How would he give you $1 million? What you gonna do with $1 million? If God answered your prayer, it would take you out of here, okay? It would cause a lot of problems in your life. You're asking for $1 million because you don't want to be poor. You don't want to, suffer. But if you know the blueprint, you won't have to. When God put man in the garden, everything was created for mankind from the get-go. He said, manage the garden, till the garden, okay? In Genesis 1, I want to say 1 and 26, it says that God had created, the sun, the moon, the stars, the heavens. He had separated them. He had created the beasts of the field. He had created all of the cattle, everything. But he did not create trees. What's the reason why he didn't create trees? Or bushes, shall I say. Okay? It say he created the fish, he created the fowls, he created mankind, he created sun and the moon, he created the stars, he created light, called light from daytime, light from nighttime. He created all of that, but he did not create any shrubbery. And the reason why he did not create any, because he said, and I'm going to let you see it, there was not a man to manage. It's the Hebrew word ergon. Okay? Genesis 2 and 5. Genesis 2 and 5. Okay? I want y'all to see this real quick. We're going to go right back to that, but I want you to see it so you know it. Okay? This is very important. What did I say in Genesis 25? Wild bushes and plants were not on the earth yet because the Lord God hadn't sent rain on the earth. The Lord God hadn't sent rain on the earth. Why? There was no one to farm the land. There was no man to till the ground. There was no man or woman to manage God's creation. That is why he created Adam. So that Adam could represent, first of all, God's kingdom here on earth and just simply have dominion. Be fruitful, multiply. Do what I do in my sovereign kingdom. You do down here on earth. Okay? I didn't have to work to create the world. I spoke it. You manage what I've given you. Okay? You manage that. So let's go back over here real quick. I just wanted y'all to see that for your own eyes. Even God himself respect protocol. Why would there be rain? Why would there be shrubbery if there was nobody to manage it? Okay? So you can never pray beyond your management. If you can't handle $100, if you can't handle $1,000, there's a lot of people want to be rich but scared to invest in themselves, which is God's number one principle. As long as the earth remains, there will be seed investment, time for it to grow, and harvest, return on your investment. That is a principle. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you can be the evilest person. What you sow is what you also shall reap. It is a biblical, spiritual, universal law that works for anybody that will work it. But see, now you got the world system that tells you, hey, don't focus on what God said over there. All you got to do is focus on consumerism. So now you never have enough seed to invest so that you can get a harvest. You always consume it. And therefore you need to work more so you can consume more, consume to keep up, consume the identity, consume the clothes. But in the inside, you are poor, you are broke, you are busted, you are disgusted, you are miserable, you are depressed, you are anxious, you are panicking. All the while you on this rat race trying to keep up. In the world system. So your prayers are regulated by your capacity to manage. Okay? By your capacity to manage and by your capacity to manage all by yourself. Okay? God has given you every single thing that you need. It's on the inside of you. He's given you the keys to the kingdom. He's given you all power and authority. He's given you the ability to produce. What do you mean by that? Okay? I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean by it. Especially during a crisis. God will see what is your ability to create from out of a crisis. When you start panicking, I don't know what I'm going to do. No, you do what God told you to do in the beginning. What did he tell you to do in the beginning? Be fruitful. Multiply. Okay? Produce. Manage what I gave you. So instead of you asking me and panicking, what am I going to do? What problem can you solve? With what you already have, with what I have already given you. You asking me for a kitchen table, but I gave you wood. Go and make a kitchen table from the wood. Go be productive. You asking me for a vehicle, but go get the ore from the mountains and create your own vehicle. That's what they did. Be productive with the resources I gave you. You want milk? I gave you cows. Go pump the milk from the cow. You want eggs? I gave you chickens. Go mate them and hatch them and watch over them. I gave you every resource that you need so that you wouldn't have to pray to me to give you what I already gave you. And you wonder why you ain't got the prayer through. I already gave it to you. What are you talking about? You don't have a need problem. You have a management problem. That's what the problem is. I gave you the ability to go and produce. If you lose your job, come up with an idea that'll keep money coming back to you. If your home is foreclosed, come up with an idea that'll generate you revenue to go get another home. Why are you crying to God about something he already gave to you? Something he gave you the governance to do here in this earth. Okay? You say, I don't got money to invest right now. I don't got money right now to afford that program. I don't got money right now. And you're supposed to economize. You don't got money, but how could you get the money? There's some clothes in your closet you can't fit. There's some clothes in your closet you don't wear. There's some clothes in your closet that you paid a high price tag for that you'll never be able to get into, and never that type of occasion coming around that you're going to attend to, whatever the case may be. There's your money. You got a vehicle that you pay a car payment on that you can put to work in the medical courier space, that you can go drive Lyft or Uber or DoorDash or whatever these other courier gigs are. You can do something to get money. You're lying. You don't have the capacity to manage and asking God for more. How dare you? You're supposed to get the most out of the least. Well, I don't got no clothes, Dr. T, that I need to give away. Okay. And you know, I don't have a vehicle. Okay, you got a stove. Yeah, I got a stove. Everybody who lives somewhere got a stove. You can go to the 99-cent store. I'm sure 5 people in your contacts on your timeline, 10 people. Let's say 10 with inflated prices. Okay? You go buy a bag of chocolate chips. You go buy right at the dollar store, maybe 2 bags of cookie mix. Make you some chocolate chip cookies. Get you some Ziploc bags. Just go around the neighborhood. Hey, would you like to buy 3 cookies for $5? Hey, would you like to sample this cookie? And if you like it, I have a dozen for $12. You're not maximizing the minimum. You're not getting the most out of the least, which says a lot about your capacity to manage. Your answered prayer is regulated by your capacity to manage. Why would God give you a house and you can't pay your rent on time? Why would God give you a new car and your car is tore up from the floor up in the inside? You don't keep it clean. Your capacity to manage. Why would God give you information and you ain't did nothing with the last information? Why would God give you more time and all you do is waste time being entertained? Why? You have no capacity for management. And I want to share a story. And I'm going to try to share it in third form context. Somebody that I know in real life, not going to mention names. I worked with this person for a lot of years. Had great dreams, great aspirations, wanted to do a lot. Was anointed to do a lot, had a great talent of decoration. We used to talk about how we was going to see her on TV because she could decorate really good. I'm like, sis, you got a gift. This is a real gift to be able to decorate like this. You complain every day about this job, how they attacking you, how they coming up against you, how you got to fast and pray and do all of this just to be able to go into the workplace. How you see things happening behind the scenes, because she saw people's medical, for treatments being denied and these people expiring because they needed that treatment. She's like, this is so wrong. I feel bad working here. You got a gift. While you working there and you making your exit, start promoting your gift. God gave you that gift. You didn't have to go to no school. That's how you know it's a gift. You've been doing it all your life. You've always, felt joy doing it, beautifying the beautification of people's homes and upkeep. So when they come in, they feel God in their place. That's a gift. I'm going to get to it, sis. I'm like, hey, let me help you. Let me help you put it together. Hey, come on, let's create a website so you can feel what it feels like, okay? I promise you have a lot more peace than what you have right now. You be able to do something that you love. That's how you know it's your gift. If you can do that thing and nobody have to pay you and you love doing it, that is a gift God gave to you. Whether that's babysitting children, whether that's tending to the elderly people, whether that's sewing, whether that's cooking, whether that's being an encourager. I don't care what it is. Whatever God gave to you, it's a gift. That thing that you love to do, that you would love to do if you had time from work and you had time from stressing about bills and the economy and all of this bull crap that they are putting out here into the airways to cause mass pandemonium and fear. Okay? They pay you to forget to think. You can't think with all this chaos. You can't think of a solution with all this chaos. Trust me, I know. I have a very well-disciplined mind. And sometimes this thing just be like, I have to be like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, I see you, devil. Now let me bring this back in. It's a warfare every day. Now let me bind my mind to the mind of Christ. Only things that are lovely, good, praiseworthy, of virtue am I going to think of. I take that thought captive. I have to do that myself and been walking with God, okay, for 23, 24 years. Since 2002. It's going to be 24 years this year. And I still have to do that regularly. So there are a lot of things, but when you have all these things going on, you can't think. That's where anxiety comes from, and depression and hopelessness, because you can't think your way out. You can't think your way out. And when you can't think your way out, or you can't think of the idea, because your mind is just racing. Hey, this bill is due right here. Rent's due tomorrow. Hey, light bill. Oh, I got to go to work. Oh my God, I got to work. Oh, I'm so tired. I got to commute. You just always constantly in go mode. You can't think. And that is where your wealth is at. Okay? I'm going to convict some of y'all right now. You out here complaining about how tired you is and how you ain't got this and how depressed you are. You tired of suffering and lacking. And you got wealth in your mouth. Everybody got a story to tell. Everybody got a story to tell. I don't care if you came from a great home. Some people who did not need to hear your story about you coming from a great home. It may not be for everybody, but it's going to be for somebody. And guess what? Your wealth. People don't know that because you ain't opened up your mouth. You ain't wrote your book. When you write a book, you don't even have to open up your mouth. You just write a book, something that will outlive you. When you're dead and gone, your book will still be here helping people. That's a gift. Well, I don't want to tell my story. Well, you like poverty. And you like being a part of this corrupted system, this demonic system that is going to eventually take you out of here. Excuse me. Eventually, it's going to take you out of here. And this is what you are trading, are substituting for what God has purposed you to be. God allowed you to go through it so he can give you a testimony. You came out of it. You're still standing. It didn't kill you. It didn't break you. It is your story should become your streams of income. Your story, don't have more than one story, okay? Don't have 5 or 6 stories, 10, 11 stories. Look, you sitting on a gold mine. You abusing your management, and that makes God angry. How dare you say you don't have any money? You have a mouth. If you can't tell your story, tell somebody else's. How dare you say that you have a money problem and you got a mouth and you didn't gone through something that God and took you through. You got some experience, some things you didn't seen, some observations you made, something you learned from at the workforce. I don't care what it is. It could help people. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me stop the screen here. And let me go back over here to Google because I got to show you this self-made millionaire, okay? I got to show you this self-made millionaire. You didn't went to work and learned the skill like this one right here. Okay. All right. All right. She went and learned Excel. Okay. She went and learned Excel. Microsoft Excel. And her name is Kat Norton. She's widely known as Miss Excel. She is a social media influencer and entrepreneur who built a multi-million-dollar business by simply teaching Microsoft Excel through viral TikTok and Instagram content. She leveraged her massive following to sell online courses, incorporate training, earning six-figure months at her peak. Okay? She started her brand in 2020, right during a crisis, a pandemic. I'm telling you, crisis will create creativity, and that's what God is expecting. That's when I walked away from food stamps, Social Security, Section 8, Medi-Cal. That's when I walked away from all of that in 2020, in the middle of a crisis. It was something I never seen before. But I got real creative because I said, wait a minute, hold up. You know, the first thing I did, most people don't catch this when they listen to my intro when I'm coming into the video. I help others find the value in their own vaults and create wealth from within. That is what Pioneers Power Circle is all about. Why do you think that is my hook line? Why do you think that is my mission statement? I help others find the value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Let me give you an example. You got a story to tell. Cool. Let's make you an ebook. Okay. That'll be a trailer to your book. So now we got one stream on the ebook. Sell it for $7. Who cares? Okay. Now we got a book. That's two streams of income from one story. Sell your book $24.99, okay, $29.99, free shipping, whatever you want to do. Okay. Now you got another stream coming in. Start you a community because people who read your book don't want to connect to you. They always do. Okay. So now you can start a low ticket community, $47 every single month to be a part of my community. That's 3 streams of income from one story. Okay. Then you start a coaching program. That's 4 streams of income from one story. Start a coaching program. Show others how to break free, break through, break out, overcome, become a realtor, buy their first house, raise children, be an empty nester, overcome a marital divorce, escape a narcissist. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that God gave you that gift, then you go ahead and create you a course around it, help other people. Exactly what you did. This is what I did. And this is how I got out. This is how I made it. Okay? That's 5 streams of income. You got an ebook, you got a book, you got a community, okay? You got a coaching program. That's 4. Now we're going to go ahead and do a retreat. Okay? That's 5. A yearly retreat. Everybody that go through your program or people that's interested in going through your program, invite them to your retreat. Y'all have a good time for the weekend. And then you can either upsell them there at your retreat into your 12-month mastermind or your one-on-one coaching program where you want to work with them one-on-one, That's 6 streams of income. Then you get a podcast. Put that bad boy up on YouTube. That's 7 streams of income, okay? From one story. Now imagine if you got 7 stories and you created 7 streams of income in that order, just like I just gave you. You would have 49 streams of income from 7 stories. Let's go. What you need is on the inside of you. It is not on the outside of you, okay? We have been taught to look without for the wealth. Ain't no wealth on the without. It's only work. Hard labor. We have been slaves to this demonic system that have enriched themselves off of our labor, off of our time, and off of our skill set, okay? But just like this lady took something she learned from work. I know how to do Microsoft Excel. And made herself a multi-millionaire. No team, no staff, no none of that. A multi-millionaire. Okay? Want to show you this other chick who became a millionaire. And this might go over some of y'all head, be like, "Ooh, that's disgusting." She made it come up off of it, okay? UK woman. Okay? They still doing it in 2025. Okay? She having a retreat, like I just mentioned. In 2020, she went viral. Okay? Inside the orgasmic retreat where Brits over there in the UK pay $1,000 to climax with no touching. She made herself a millionaire. This was published in 2025. But in 2020 is when she started teaching them online. They wouldn't even have no retreats. Okay? They weren't even having no retreats. She was just teaching them online. And people are going from all over the world. Look at this. A woman who attended an orgasm retreat in California, which typically costs $1,000. Okay? Week-long orgasm retreat teach women how to climax for up to $15,000. And women went. I felt more empowered, alive, and at ease. $15,000 in 2025. When she first started, it was $1,000. And she became a freaking multi-millionaire. That's her gift. That's why I said it doesn't matter what your gift is. Something as weird as that. Houston woman becomes millionaire from selling toad. Okay? Y'all seeing this? Okay? This woman right here makes $80,000 a year from selling her clipped toenails. She sells her spit. She collects her bath water. Okay? Okay? This one right here makes $10,000 a month selling her toenail clippings. The woman that I'm talking about that made herself a millionaire, she sells her Q-tips after she cleans out her ears, everything. Her underwear she take off, her toenail clippings, her bath water. Why is people in the world more smarter or more wiser than those of us that are in the kingdom? Meanwhile, they are building systems, okay, that will entrap us and we can't get out. We're going to either build, we're going to bow our knee, or we're going to die. Okay? Are we going to die? You are mismanaging and abusing your capacity to manage by not being productive. Okay? You got $150 hairpiece, $200 that you wearing. Okay? You only want to invest $20, but you expect God to give you $1 million. No, there's nothing wrong with looking nice. But if you got $150 on your hair and $200 on your body, then you should have $350 to invest. Why 20? Okay? You got to have management, and when you have the proper managing skills, your prayers could be answered. Okay? 100%. You can't pray for a mansion and your house look like a shack in the inside. Okay? Can't do that. I got to go back to that in just a moment. Let me come up here and share just a couple of things that they didn't already, got us. I want y'all to go look up XRP 3/2/2026. Donald Trump and this man confirms that they have a new payment system. They have a new payment system. The old way of doing things has gone out the door. Donald Trump has himself said this is the greatest reset, the powerfulest reset in the world. And now they're coming out telling people, we do have a new payment system. Okay? I went over this stuff with y'all. This was him yesterday. Okay? Saying that this is the world's most powerful reset. If y'all don't wake up and see this is what it really is happening, that they are creating a beast system, a digital prison. We went over Palantir, all of that. Okay. Why is Mexico making it mandatory for you to have digital ID and have your biometric based information in a system, or you will not be able to get any type of public services, Social Security, welfare, unemployment, none of that. Public services, ride a bus, ride a train, none of that. You won't be able to get any financing, okay? And you won't be able to get any employment. This is also being mandated in the UK and as well as in Europe, okay? They are resetting the system. Okay. A lot of things that we are not aware, they have already done. Okay. Why are they eliminating cash on a federal level? You will have to use digital coins. Okay. In order to be able to buy gas, in order to be able to go to gas stations and get fuel and go through toll booths. Okay. They are transitioning to a mandatory digital payment system, whether you like it or not. Why are these things happening? Why is AI taking all the jobs? Why are they resetting the financial system? Okay. Why is the oil blocked up? Why is there a shortage for the food supply because Russia is holding, the fertilizer back? Why is all these things happening? So that they can reset their system. That's why. Okay. I have lots of receipts, lots and lots and lots of receipts that I have already shared. Like I said, if you guys want to see those, just even the latest video, the last video before this one, okay, will show you. How New York ain't letting nobody celebrate any type of 4th of July, the 250th history of America's inception. Won't be able to celebrate that. They also created a lights out New York going black. You won't be able to use your electricity after a certain time, from a certain time to a certain time. This is all authoritarian. Okay? All of it. So I'm going to jump over here to my presentation real quick. And then I am going to not waste any more of your time. I have caught us up to where we are, why we are in the situation that we are in. Okay? Everything that you need is on the inside of you. You are the excuse. If you want this, okay, this right here, this is what all comes with being a part of the world. Okay, this right here. But if you want this, well, God will give you assignments and systems and ownership and strategy and wealth and dominion. You have to get out of the beast system. You can only be a part of one kingdom. You can only be a part of one kingdom. You cannot be a part of two. And that is the reason why Christ himself came preaching the kingdom of God is here. And that is why it says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. Because we still supposed to be letting you know that our kingdom does not have a beast system. Our kingdom is not broke or poor. Our kingdom is not inflated in prices. Our kingdom functions and works from an idea productivity to a blueprint of domination. Okay, we take one idea like McDonald's. They known for making the Big Mac. They productivity, their idea was the Big Mac. Now they know how to make 1 million Big Macs in 1 minute anywhere in the world. If you go to China, the Big Mac still tastes the same. If you go to Turkey, the Big Mac still tastes the same as the Big Mac in the United States. And they only got one headquarters, okay, which is back south somewhere. But they took the idea, be fruitful. Let me make a hamburger called the Big Mac. It got 3 patties on it. Okay. I'm going to make me some special sauce. See if people like this. They do like it. Now I need to learn how to multiply it. Okay. I was fruitful with my idea. Now I need to learn how to multiply the idea. How to make more of these for the demand that is going to be required. So now they learn how to make 1 million burgers in 1 minute. They created a system that creates all of their burgers for them. So that's multiplying. And then they're supposed to replenish the herb. They started like in Tennessee or somewhere in North Carolina. That's their headquarters. Then they expanded to California. Then they expanded to Florida. Then they expanded to Mexico. Then they expanded to, Puerto Rico. Then they expanded, they have multiple. There's a McDonald's everywhere. Every mile, there's a McDonald's. So now they're replenishing when they're just putting up a lot of franchises, letting people, hey, you want to be a franchise owner? Yeah, I'll be a franchise owner. So now you have McDonald's everywhere, right? Just in the United States. It's called replenishing. They took the idea, the seed, make a burger. They multiplied it, found out how to make that burger faster for more people without using a lot of time. Okay. Then they replenish. They start growing from this corner to that corner to that corner to that corner. Now they're subduing. McDonald's ain't got no competition. They're not worried about their competition because they have already dominated. There will never be another McDonald's. Now they subduing. They start taking territory. Hey, put me one in China. Put me one in Spain. Put me one in India. Put me one in Egypt. Put me one everywhere. All over the world. We're going to subdue the world with McDonald's. And now that we subdued the world, we ain't worried about Wendy's. We ain't worried about Whataburger. We're not worried about McDonald's. The golden arch stands strong anywhere, everywhere, at all times. We are dominating. There is no competition for us. Now, how was the world? So did Bill Gates. He created a Microsoft that every computer has to have. And one lady became a multimillionaire from his idea. Let me create, and all his idea was the computer used to be very, very big. You used to have to look up at it. It used to be really big. He said, I wonder how I could take this big computer, instead of standing right here at this big computer all day, straining your eyes, I wonder how I could take this big computer and micro size it down to fit on a desk. And then he did that. And they was like, wait a minute. Now the desktop then turned into a laptop, then turned into a tablet, turned into a smartphone. Then he created the system in order for you to do Excel, in order for you to do documents, in order for you to do graphics. You need Microsoft account. He became so big that Congress had to call him in and be like, wait a minute. How every computer in the world has to have Microsoft or it won't operate? He dominated. He took the idea. He was fruitful with the idea. And then he turned that big old computer into a bunch of, he started replenishing. Hey, let me put that big old computer into a computer, a desktop computer. So now desktops start popping up in everybody's house. Okay. Now he has dominated. And now the government has to come to him and say, look, you have a software that we need in order to access X, Y, and Z. We have to come to you, the government, the army, the military, the Marine forces, the Pentagon, the president have to come to you because of your idea. Okay? Let's start this. You have an idea too. And God needs that idea. That is called a solution to somebody's problem. You are the solution, not your mama, not your children, not your spouse, not the government. You are the solution. And the moment that you understand who you are, your assignment, your authority, and your anointing, that nobody else in this world can do what you were called to do. Nobody. You gonna die and give an account why you didn't do your assignment. Well, everybody else was doing it, but I gave you a unique, individualized calling. I don't care if everybody was selling tacos. You knew how to deep fry the taco. How about that? And you didn't do anything with it. I don't care if everybody was selling shirts. Okay? You prayed over your shirts. You anointed your shirts. Anybody who put your shirts on felt the presence of the Lord on your shirt. It doesn't matter. You think McDonald's is trembling? Oh my God, there's another Whataburger coming up, man. No. You can't go nowhere else and get a Big Mac. You can't go nowhere else and get KFC, Colonel Fried Chicken. You can't go nowhere else and get a Flame burger except Burger King. You can't go nowhere else and get a Charborough burger except Carl's Jr. or Hardee's. Okay? Can't go nowhere and get no chili dog, a wiener dog and chili dog with the little yellow bun and the striped hat, except Wiener Schnitzel. They sell hot dogs like everybody else. Chase is a bank. Wells Fargo is a bank. Bank of America is a bank, and they all be on the same block. 7-Eleven is right here. AM/PM are right across the street. They're not worried about no competition. Why? Because we all have a different branding. Yeah, we sell the same thing. So what? But I got a different style. Okay? I got a different style. Maybe it's my cheaper prices. Maybe it's my coloring of my brand that stands out. It doesn't matter. Okay? People stay stuck. Because they're like, oh, people is already, so what? Them people ain't you. You are authentically, uniquely you. And I don't care who done told you that people don't need you. Excuse me, yes, they do. You listening to people saying that to you who ain't never did nothing and who stuck. And they want you to be stuck. So they're telling you, Lies. Okay? This is a kingdom briefing for builders, period, point blank, moving forward. If you're not a builder, dismiss yourself. You ain't trying to do nothing, let God use you, dismiss yourself. If you gonna fall victim to the beast system and everything this government got going on, then dismiss yourself. Okay? Nice knowing you, but this ain't the life for you. And we talked about the real reason you still struggling. We've been taught to chase money, grinding, hustling, working harder than anyone in the room, and still coming up short. Not because you lack talent, not because you lack favor, but we lack fundamental misalignment between your effort and your assignment. You were taught to chase money as the goal, but money is never the goal. Money is the byproduct. You've been running the wrong race on the wrong track, wondering why you can't seem to win. This because the system was not designed for you to win. It was designed to keep you dependent, reactive, and perpetually underfunded. They make more money off your ignorance. It costs you a hell of a lot of money to be poor. Okay? And it makes them a hell of a lot of money for you to be ignorant. Okay? The wealthiest people on earth don't chase money. They don't even talk about money. You got to listen to conversations of wealthy people. They don't talk about money. They talk about investments. They talk about assets. They identify problems. Okay? I just identified a problem that could literally make me a millionaire, and it ain't even in my niche. Okay? I can tell you right now that there is a big problem with men and testosterone. There is about 1 million people looking how they can quit smoking. Okay? 1 million people are looking how they can quit smoking. And I could say, hey, even if you tried nicotine patches, even if you tried to get the staple on your ear, even if you tried how to stop smoking in 7 days without the demonic withdrawals, without the terrible withdrawals, here's 7 things that you can do. Okay? Let me show you how I would build something like that out. I know there's an audience. 1 million people are looking how to stop smoking cigarettes. I also know there is a 1 million man audience looking for help sleeping through the night without taking anxiety medication. Okay, I'm gonna jump off here and I'm gonna just show y'all real quick. Hold on. All right, let's start a new chat right here. Boom. Hey, chat. I was doing some research and came across a very large audience of those who, I guess, have insomnia. They can't sleep or they have anxiety at night. So I wanted to come up with an ebook. Here's 7 things you can do to actually uh, beat anxiety and sleep peacefully without prescription medication. Can you go ahead and write out the outline of what that would look like? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and send it and make sure y'all can see because we're gonna do this live. This is how easy it is to take an idea. Okay, cousin, this right here, this is a need in the market. People are tired, anxious, scrolling all night, and looking for peace without pills. There go my hook right there. 7 steps to get peace without pills. Okay, you stepping into a healing solution space that's powerful and profitable. Let me give you a clean, structured, sellable outline for your ebook. Sleep without stress. 7 natural ways to beat anxiety. Excuse me, y'all. My granddaughter with her germs. Sleep without stress. 7 natural ways to beat anxiety at night. Peaceful nights. How to calm anxiety and sleep deeply without medication. From overthinking to oversleeping. 7 steps to rest without pills. Here is the introduction. I'm gonna pick a title. Okay. I would probably pick I'm I'm gonna use this one. I'm going to use this one. Okay. I'm just going to copy that. It already gave why you can't sleep, understanding night anxiety, whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. Okay. Here's a bonus section about what things you can do to actually calm yourself. Okay. They telling me sell it for $7 to $17. Okay. Now I'm going to say I choose this one. Okay. Go ahead and paste that there. 7 steps to peace without pills. I like that one. Okay. Can you build the ebook out? Okay. Now that I asked it to give me an outline, I want to see what it looked like. I'm gonna go ahead and pick my title. Okay. Here go my thing. 7 steps to peace without pills. From overthinking to oversleeping is the name of it. Okay. Here's the introduction. Here's understanding night anxiety. Here's the 7 steps to peaceful sleep. Here goes step 1, step 2, okay, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. What to do if you wake up anxious, okay? These are some things that can do calming effects. Here's some mistakes to avoid. And final word, okay? You are not someone who can't sleep. You're becoming someone who rests peacefully. Here's my call to action. If this helped you, imagine what 7 days of guided support could do. Join my 7-day sleep and anxiety rest challenge, okay? Or become a part of my community, okay? And then next, I want my ebook cover. Create. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Next, I'm going to tell it, create me some affirmations because I want to sell a bundle. I want the ebook with some affirmations that they can speak positively over their day, okay, or over their night, whatever the case may be, okay. I'm also going to say, since you said start a 7-day challenge, what that look like, build that out for me too. All I got to do is say, hey, you bought the ebook for $7. Would you like to take the 7-day challenge for $77 for the next 7 days? Okay. Here's my cover right here. Now I'm going to ask for the back cover. Back cover, please create it. So now I have the front cover. I have the guts of the ebook. It's already created. All I got to do is copy and paste or tell it, put it into a PDF for me, please. Okay. Now all I got to do is go and upload that PDF on Amazon KDP. All I got to do is go upload my cover image for the front of my ebook on Amazon KDP and upload my back cover image. And guess what, y'all? I got a book. I got a link. You can go to Amazon and purchase it. People on Amazon Marketplace can purchase it without me even knowing it. Okay. But we're not done. That's the front. Here's my back. Can't sleep. Your mind won't shut off. Okay. You can go from restless overthinking to deep, peaceful sleep. Let me show you how. All I got to do is tell it, put my logo right here, put my website right here. Okay. I already got a little barcode. I'm good to go on that. But I'm not done. Build out me some positive affirmations to go as a bundle or upsell. Give me 30 with just text affirmations only. Okay. So now I want affirmations. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you what I do what I do. Okay. I'm going to copy this right here. Y'all follow me, follow me, follow me. I'm going to copy this right here. I already got my ebook done. Here go my 30 right here. Okay. I'm going to copy all of this. Let me stop the share over here and come back over here real quick. Train to your drive with the Holy Spirit. Hold on. Oh, I don't want. Uh, Hold on. Let me open it up and get it to where I need it to be. Hold on, y'all, because I just want to show y'all something real quick. Hold on 1 second. Trying to pull up the template. Type. Category. 1 second. Date modify. Hold on 1 second. So I just need to get the design so I ain't gotta be going back and forth, whoop-de-whoop, okay? Mm-mm-mm-mm. You will feel you to the full drink. All right, there we go. Now that I have found the one that I actually want to use, now I can go ahead and show you what I'm going to do, okay? Let's see if I want to pick that one. Okay, I'm going to use this one. Customize this. Hold on, I'm about to share my screen in just a moment. All right, let me share my screen now. Okay. So now I've copied, you guys just saw me copy from ChatGPT. I said, make me 30 affirmations, right? So now I'm going to, what am I going to call this? Hold on 1 second. Let me see what they called this. This was peace and sleep affirmations. Okay. So I'm just going to click on that and I'm just going to type peace and sleep. Okay. I am going to click on that. And then I'm going to make sure that I spread it out like how I want it to be. Let's see. Okay, I want it to look like this. And then I am just going to remove this down here at the bottom because it don't need to say by who or whatever the case may be. I'm just going to actually remove it. Okay, there we go. So now I am going to go over here to this left side and I am going to do something called bulk create. Bulk create right here to the left. Okay. I'm going to hit enter data manually. I'm going to come up here and I am going to take all of this out. Take this out. Take this out. Take that out. Take that out. Okay. And then I'm going to write peace. Peace. And sleep. Okay. So now I'm going to highlight that box. I'm going to actually paste. Okay. All that information that I just copied from ChatGPT. I'm going to hit done. Okay. I am going to come back over here. Okay. And I'm going to hit auto match. Check this out. Okay. Data fields is successfully matched. I'm going to hit continue. And then I am going to hit create 30 designs. I'm going to see the designs right here. Hold on. Let me stop the share over here. Because now you get to see straight and living color. Okay. Share screen. We're going to go ahead and go right. Is it this one or that one? Oh, here we go. So you see how I took that one? I release every worry from today. I am calm. I can click on that if I want to stretch it out, make it look like that. All I would have to do literally is just come over and, you know, move it around a little bit, okay? But as you can see, that's image 1, that's image 2. I got them for 30 days. My mind is quiet and calm and peace. Let me go ahead and stretch this out, see if it'll look right. Let me move it over here. Okay, that's all I gotta do. Okay, 3, I am safe in this moment. I am calm, grounded, and balanced. Okay, see how this actually is supposed to be here. So I would actually, let me see, hold on. I can put an image here if I want to. So it goes, you know, with whatever is going on, you know, let me go over here and see. But my 30 images is created, all 30 of them, okay? Just like that, bulk create. So now I have an ebook. Now I have some affirmation cards. If I want to change this into a photo, I can just say, what is that saying? My mind is calm, quiet, calm, and peaceful. Okay, I'm gonna look for an image that represents calm and peaceful. So now all I gotta do is place this right there. Hold on. me take this out. Hold on, let me click on it again, take it out, and then I'll just put this image right here. No. Hold on. Minimize it a little bit. Okay. And now there's the image to go with that affirmation. This literally takes about 5 or 10 minutes to do. My mind is calm, peace. My mind is calm, quiet, and at peace. Okay. I can come over here to this one. I release every worry. So release stress. Okay. I can use this photo. Just come here, take that out. I could actually use that one. Something minor that will make me a massive amount of money without me ever having to even show up. Okay. Take 30 minutes, get yourself together. And now that's image 1. That's image 2. This is image 3. I'm safe in this moment. So I just go look for an image that say safe. Okay. Take this out. And I can put that one there. I'm safe in this moment. Okay. If I don't like that background, I can actually replace it with somebody else. Okay. I can click on that and say, I don't like that picture. Let me put this one there instead. Boom. Okay. Now we done. We just go to the next one. Take this out. Boom. Go ahead and make this a little bit longer. See if it'll all fit up here. There we go, like that. I let go of control and choose rest. So I just go find me a photo that says rest. See how easy that is? See if I can find one that actually, okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and use that one. We'll use this one. Let's minimize it a little bit. Move, man. Let's make this a littler. Okay. I let go and control of control and choose the rest. And then you just go on. Within 30 minutes, I can have my whole entire affirmations series done. So now I have an ebook, I have affirmations, okay? I wasn't supposed to be doing all of that, but I'm going to just do one more thing and show y'all. Because now I'm going to come back over here. Let me close out some of this stuff. Close out some of this stuff. I got too much going on. Okay. Now I'm going to say, hey, cousin, can I get a Suno prompt so I can create, a peaceful vibe, some music, calming music they might can listen to when they sleep. My style, you know how I like it, but that goes with this whole thing because I'll probably sell like a CD, through Sono, create about 7 songs, maybe 9 or 10 songs. But can you create me a prompt that I can take to Suno to start creating music that they can actually buy and sleep to? Okay, so now you're about to see something else. You go over here. And I'm going to show you, okay? You're going to say, yeah, you about to go crazy with this bundle. You're not just selling an ebook. You're building a whole nighttime experience. That's what I want. I want an experience. When you go to Panda Express and you go to PF Chang's, the reason why people pay more at PF Chang's is for the experience. You saw my problem for the day. I might have been feeling sad. Came up in here, got the full 5-star treatment. Stuff wrapped up, chopsticks, a wonderful greeter at the door. The experience was immaculate. Okay? I ain't even done. Check it out. Okay? We'll go ahead and take their prompt. Checklist, custom prompts ready to count. Okay, so now it's going to create me a whole CD. Okay? It's going to create me a whole CD. Now, I'm going to stop it here, and I'm going to share my screen over here, show you how I done created 3 streams of income from one idea, helping people find better sleep. Okay? Helping people find better sleep. Helping people I don't have to know these people. I don't know these people. I don't know who's struggling with sleep, but guess what? AI will go find them. Okay? AI will go find them. What is the style? Because, hold on, let me get something else I need real quick. Come on, man. I just need it to copy into Suno, cousin. You're doing too much. Okay, here we go. Mountains sinking to. All right. So check me out, y'all. I got my styles. Okay. I'm about to, do I want it in a female voice? I'm going to put maybe female. That's like kind of soft, calming. Let me go get the name of. I'm going to call it release today. Okay. I'm going to call it release today. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit create and let's see what they create us. Because I'm going to now create a whole album that could be sold on Spotify, Apple Music, could be shared all over TikTok. Okay. And it ain't even going to take me 1 minute to create my first song. I'm going to let y'all listen to it with me. And y'all tell me what y'all think. Okay, here we go. Here go the first one.
Soft ambient sleep, music with a luxury common vibe, slow tempo around 60, 70 BPM, gentle pass, soft piano light chimes, Piano seeks and subtle 808 bass, very low in the background. No heavy drums. Smooth journey, peaceful atmosphere that helps reduce anxiety and quiet the mind at surface.
I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. Let's see what this will sound like. To the other one.
Soft ambient sleep music with a luxury, calm and vibe. Slow tempo around 60-70 BPM. Gentle pump, soft piano, light chimes, adding sense and subtle 808 bass, very low in the background.
Did y'all listen to this?
No heavy
I would listen to
drums.
this.
Smooth, dreamy, peaceful atmosphere that helps reduce anxiety and quiet the mind. Add soft female vocal hums or angelic tones. No strong lyrics or only very light affirmations whispered softly. Feels like floating in peace under the night sky.
I'll think about that. Okay, let's hear this other one. Because they give me 4 versions. Okay.
Soft ambient sleep music with a luxury, calming vibe. Slow tempo around 60-70 BPM. Gentle pads.
So
Soft piano.
I just wanted y'all to hear that. Let's.
No heavy drums. Smooth, dreamy, peaceful atmosphere that helps reduce anxiety and quiet the
I
mind.
like it. Let me delete these off. Hold on, let me see how.
Add soft female vocal hums or angelic tones. No strong lyrics.
Oh man. Hold on. Let me throw these away. Stop playing. Stop playing. Let me throw these away. Hold on 1 second. I had to regenerate them again, okay? Let's let me throw this one away too. Let me throw this one away too. Throw this one away too. Why it won't let me play? Okay, cool. I'm gonna just go up to the other ones. I just played this one. Okay, I just created this one because I forgot. I didn't pay attention to the lyrics weren't added in. Here's the lyrics.
It's okay. Let it go. The day is done. I made it through. I give it all. I release it too. Every thought that's weighing me, I let it go. I set it free.
Okay, so that's the first one. It's all right. First part.
Let it go. The day is done. I made it through.
Yeah, that's a little bit too slow for me, but I don't know. Might help you to sleep. I go to sleep fine, so I don't know. you know?
Yeah, it's okay. Let it go. The day is done, I made it through. I give it all, I release it too.
That's all right. Let me hear the last one. They give you 4 different versions, so you can pick the right one. Okay?
It's okay. Let it go. The day is done, I made it through. I give it all, I release it too. Every thought that's weighing me, I let it go, I set it free. No more stress, no more fight. I don't have to solve it tonight. I close my eyes up.
Pretty tight, pretty tight, pretty tight, pretty tight. Okay. So now there you see it. There you have it. I have created an ebook. I have created affirmation cards so that they can actually speak over their night, read about the details that they need to know, all the ways that they can have a peaceful night, and then not only read about what they can do, but actually have the solution. Read these every night over yourself. Pick one for today for the next 30 days. Okay. And then you can just let this whole album play while you sleep. Put that bad boy on repeat. You will have the perfect sleep, literally, without medication. Okay. Just by you taking authority and activating your authority, confessing, you will have a good night's sleep. I can solve a problem for 1 million people. I can now tell it, hey, look, create me a virtual avatar influencer that will sell this for me. And then now I just go have them sell it for me. Okay. All I gotta do is put my website link in there. We're done. Here's the ebook. Hey, when you buy the ebook, would you like to get the CD? You can sample the CD. You can hear the CD before you even buy it. Okay. Would you also like to get the affirmation cards? And lastly, before you go, would you like to get in a community with other people and learn what they're doing? Okay. Get with each other. If y'all need to go live late at night, to help each other out or walk each other through, you have the community support. Okay. And that's $33 a month. One $7 item could now bank you $200, and you never even met the people. You don't know who they are. You created the community for them to be together. You created with AI. This is why AI is, removing people. Because the idea, just an idea alone, I just showed you one idea for income streams: ebook, affirmation cards, music CD, and a community for people struggling to go to sleep at night. Okay? There's so many ways for you to be productive right now. You are without excuse. If you get caught or snatched up in this beast system and you end up bowing down, then I'm sure your judgment is going to be warranted. You deserve everything you have coming, especially when God has given you the ability to not have to take part in that. I'm giving you an opportunity to do something different right now. I've given you the tools, the resources, everything. You keep asking me and talking about you waiting on me. You're not waiting on me. No, you're not. Okay? You are necessary, you are assigned, and you are God's answer to somebody's solution. And if you solve problems, money will chase you. And why do you want money to chase you? So you can solve more people's problems. You have enough money to stop, helping them learn how to sleep, but also, help them learn how to have a healthy relationship or whatever the case it is. Okay? You were born to solve a problem. The broken cycle we are part of, it says work. Trade your most valuable resource that God gave you, which you will run out of, your time and your energy, for a fixed wage. that somebody else gets to determine. And then after you get those wages, pay bills. Watch every dollar disappear into systems and structures that build somebody else's wealth, not yours. And then you put that on repeat. Return to the beginning, no equity, no ownership, no legacy, just survival, masquerading as living. You were not born to survive a cycle, you were born to break one. Okay? The kingdom model looks radically different. Identify a problem, design a solution, and deliver that solution to the masses. Use AI to identify the problem, create the product for you. Use AI now, okay, to design it for you. And use AI now to deliver it everywhere to people wherever. You think people in the United States only got sleeping issues? No. Okay? When you build your life around solving real problems, whether in housing, education, food, finance, technology, health, or community, you don't need to chase money. Value creation is magnetic. When you solve something real, the people who need that solution will find you, fund you, and follow you. Okay? Your wealth is hiding inside the problem you've been called to solve. Stop asking God for money. Stop asking God for a breakthrough. Stop asking God for help. He already gave it to you. Create it. Money follows solutions, period. Dentists solve teeth problems. Mechanics solve automobile problems. School systems solve ignorant problems. Well, yeah, whatever. Okay. Daycare solve childcare problems. Systems, you need one. Get you one. You need one. You need one. You need 5, 10, 15. You need them. Get you a system. ChatGPT is a system for me. Charges me $20 a month to make unlimited amounts of money. Why? So I can take that money and go buy me land. And I can start playing like the wealthy people play. Okay? That's why. Anybody want to learn? Okay? It's 4 million of y'all on here, not all of y'all at once. Would you like to learn how to create you something that you can sell and scale? And at least generate you $500 to $1,000 in the next 30 days. Put a 1 in the chat. Okay? I know y'all not coming over here, sitting over here, just la-di-da, looking at what's going on and not even attempting to take action. Would you like to create you an extra $500 to $1,000 in the next 30 days? Solving people's problems, whether you have any experience or not. Okay? I have an opportunity for those that say, yeah, I do. Meaning, if there's nobody on here, then guess what? I don't have an opportunity for you. I don't want to waste your time. I'm giving you the information. Okay? The information that says you're supposed to be a steward out here. You're supposed to be solving people's problems. And until you start solving some type of problem or using your gift to be productive, then you will always have a money problem and a lack problem and a control problem. I would like to help you if you want to be helped. Okay? Who has a story that they would like me to create them an ebook? Okay? I will create your ebook for you. It will be your story. I will have you record your story. I will transcribe your story. And I will at least create you an ebook for $97. If you want that, put a 2 in the chat. Because that is a stream of income. It doesn't have to be a biography. It doesn't have to be an ebook about your life. It could be an ebook like we just created, Peace and Calm for Sleep. It could be how to spot a narcissist. It could be how to live the blessed abundant life. It doesn't matter. If you would like for me to create you a digital stream of income in the form of an ebook for $97, put a 2 in the chat. If you would like to learn how to create you $500 to $1,000 extra dollars off of a $97 investment, put a 1 in the chat. Let me see what y'all looking at, because YouTube. I see y'all hiding in the bushes. Let me see who tapped in and always coming over here and ain't saying much or nothing. Y'all know I can see. Y'all too quiet in the chat. Y'all ain't been sitting here for this long for no reason, okay? I done told y'all 100 times, don't follow me I'm not entertainment. I told y'all at the beginning, if you ain't trying to build, what you sitting around for, okay? They moving, we need to be moving. And I say that respectfully. I am not, okay? And you can't convince me otherwise. That God didn't have me stop my day and doing what I'm doing to come over here and talk to you, okay, about what we ought to be doing, and then have a solution to that problem so we advert and avoid what is coming down the pipeline. I know that for a fact. You can't tell me God didn't send me here to you, and you can't tell me you was not sent here to me, okay? This is called divine coincidence. Divine coincidence. You're not here by accident. I am not here by accident. So who on this live am I serving today? Who? I want to know that. Because one thing that I do know is God is not a liar. He is not a man that he should lie, nor is he the son of man that he should repent. Okay? And unless y'all want me to ask my Lord and Savior to block your access to me, okay? Unless y'all want me to take y'all up in the realm of the spirit. Know one thing about the eagle, they don't fight with people on the ground. They don't fight with its prey. They just take them up to an altitude that will suffocate them. You will never be able to see any of my content. You will never, ever be able to sit around in a circle, okay? And just watch in the bushes. I do it whenever I feel led to do so. So if you want to watch and you want to get on that type of time with me, then I don't have a problem getting on that type of time with you. I guarantee you that, okay? You will never be able to find me, track me, trace me. God made you expose who they are so I know exactly who they are, okay? I know where they're coming from YouTube, and I know who's watching from my Facebook pages, okay? I know who's watching from my Dr. Tawana World's Facebook business page. I know who's watching from YouTube, okay? If you're not, and this is all being said respectfully and in love, when I come by here, I'm not coming by here to entertain a single soul. When I come by here, I'm not coming by here to make you feel good. When I come by here, I'm not coming by here to tickle your ears. When I come by here, I'm not coming by here to be somebody's regurgitation, trending topics, any of that. I'm not coming by here asking for followers. I'm not coming by here doing any of that. I am on an assignment. Okay. And before I go, I'm going to make sure I say a nice prayer for you real quick. Okay. Just stay right there. Father, I just thank you. I praise you. I honor you. I magnify you. I thank you that you sent me here on purpose, for a purpose, for the people that you have prepared to hear this message. I pray that they will have no rest, that they will seek it rest and find it none until they do what you exactly have purposed them to do. Okay. I pray that they will seek rest and find none until they obey and hearken to what you have called them to do. That they don't get to live life for them on their own terms, that they are living life on purpose, for a purpose, according to your terms. I thank you, everybody that I am supposed to lead into their financial promised land will find me, not only find me, hallelujah, they will be connected. Hallelujah. They will be executors, okay, not watchers, onlookers, They will be executors. And I thank you that those who are not will be blocked forever. Block their access, denied access. They cannot even cross my path. If they are not kingdom minded, if they are not about pushing your kingdom and establishing your agenda here on earth as it is in heaven, I don't want no fellowship with them. Love your people long ways, Father. Love them up and down. But I don't want to be joined to anybody who is not a builder. How can two walk unless they agree? So I don't want them to be joined to me at all. Only divine destiny helpers will be allowed to cross my paths. They will not be able to see a replay. They will not be able to catch a live broadcast. They will no longer be able to steal in the realm of the spirit time from me. They will no longer be able to steal in the realm of the spirit information from me. Put out their eyesight in the realm of the spirit where they will not be able to track me, trace me, or any of the above, Father. And only send those from the north, the south, the east, and the west, those that are on kingdom business and they are standing on kingdom business. In Jesus' mighty name, the name that's above all names, I thank you. I praise you. I give you all the honor and I give you all the glory. And I also take up in closing authority over every monitoring spirit. Every monitoring spirit sitting in the sidelines trying to see how to attack, which moves we are making. I take authority over you. You will die in that condition if you don't repent. Literally. In Jesus' name. And I have the power and authority. Life and death is in my tongue. Okay? And I shall eat the fruit thereof. If you coming over here on a different assignment and you sent by the enemy or you sent by the hordes of hell, whether that's through astral projection, whether that's through a monitoring spirit, you will die in the realm of the spirit. You will not even make it back to your body to report or to give any information to the command center down the chain of command. You will not be able to stop, block, hinder. You will not be able to hijack anything that God has going on. You will not be able to usurp information and take it back to the kingdom of darkness. You will not be able to do that either. Okay? In Jesus' name, I give you all praise, honor, and glory. Any questions for me before I go? I will give you guys approximately 1 minute to ask a question because I know the delay is delayed over here on this broadcasting stream, especially on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, fam. Y'all know what it is. Hit the DM if you're interested. Okay. In those two opportunities. If you have any questions, hit the DM. You can't see no information that they have access to because I didn't turn the camera around. So if you have any questions, if you are interested in at least getting yourself in a better position, okay, especially for what is to come, then you can go ahead and hit the DM, friend. We'll get you all the way together. Next time I'll see y'all, okay? And stay in peace. If you're not in peace, get in peace so you don't end up in pieces. See you next time. All right, no questions over here. I'm going to give it 30 seconds and then I'm out. Okay, there we go. We good, we good, we good. All right, y'all, I'm out. I'll see y'all on the next time.